The 2021 Dacia Bigster concept. The 2021 Dacia Bigster is a concept vehicle developed by Renault for the Romanian brand and unveiled in early 2021. An SUV measuring 4.6 meters (181.1 inches) long, the 2021 Bigster concept unveils a production SUV that will compete in the compact crossover segment. The Bigster will slot above the highly popular Duster in the lineup and will become Dacia's largest offering yet. Just like the Duster, the production version of the Bigster will probably be sold as a Renault in some markets. A new joint business between Dacia and Lada, both owned by Renault, will probably spawn a rebadged Lada model for certain Eastern European and Asian markets too. Exterior. The Dacia Bigster may be a brand new creation, but it still shares some elements with the second-generation Duster, such as the shape of the front hood, the protection plates in the front and rear bumpers, and the vertical black trim in the front doors. But the Bigster stands out as a larger and more muscular SUV. It features squared-off rear haunches, notably wider wheel arch extensions, and a new lighting architecture. Up front, there are horizontal Y-shaped headlamps on each side of the grille. The latter incorporates additional lighting with an X-shaped badge in center flanked by a pair of rectangular LEDs on each side. All 7 elements combine into an almost continuous light bar that runs across the width of the front fascia. The front-end design is mostly clean, but the muscular lines of the hood, the vertical intakes on the sides, and the big protection plate that covers most of the bumper give the SUV an crisp yet rugged look. The Bigster is almost 12 inches longer than the Duster, but that's not immediately visible when you look at its profile. But the squared-off rear fenders, the beefy side skirts, and the wider D-pillar convey a more massive look. This is further enhanced by the thick cladding around arches, the raised suspension, and the big wheels. Dacia says that all cladding was made from recycled plastic. Around back, the Y-shaped lights make a second appearance. But the taillights are much bigger and there's no light bar across the tailgate. The latter is actually very clean, with just a license plate recess disrupting the design. The Bigster sports the mandatory tailgate spoiler and a massive, rugged bumper with no exhaust pipes in sight. Does this mean that the Bigster is electric? No. Dacia simply doesn't showcase a drivetrain with this conceptual SUV. Overall, the Bigster concept looks like a very capable SUV. Interior. There are no photos of the interior to run by, but Dacia talks about a very spacious interior. That may be true compared to the smaller Duster, but don't expect the Bigster to offer as much space as a midsize SUV. Crossovers in this niche are usually 7 to 8 inches longer, so the Bigster is a concept that bridges the gap between compact and midsize haulers. The images preview a 5-seat layout, but the production model could be offered with an optional 7-seat configuration too. No word on the tech, but we can spot a digital instrument cluster and a display on the center console in some of the official shots. These look smaller than the current industry standard, which makes sense given that the Bigster previews an affordable vehicle. Drivetrain. Dacia did not provide technical details, so we're completely in the dark here. But that's because the Bigster was developed to showcase a design concept and not an upcoming drivetrain. Dacia now offers a wide variety of engines in the Duster, and it's safe to say that the production model will also become available with a wide choice of powertrains. The Romanian brand may skip the 1.0-liter Turbo 3, but it should offer the 1.2-liter 4-cylinder with 130 horsepower add 151 pound-feet of torque. In some markets, it could be offered with the 1.3-liter version, available with up to 138 horses and 177 pound-feet of twist. The Duster is also available with a naturally aspirated, 1.6-liter 4-cylinder mill. Shared with models like the Nissan Kicks and Renault Captur, it generates up to 118 horsepower and 117 pound-feet of torque. Finally, the Bigster could be equipped with the already legendary 1.5-liter 4-cylinder diesel that currently powers almost all Dacia, Renault, and Nissan models. The oil burner cranks out 75 horsepower and in entry-level trims, but it can generate up to 110 horses in certain models. Torque figures go up to a potent 192 pound-feet. Dacia will definitely introduce mild hybrid versions, but it remains to be seen if Renault will greenlight a full-blown plug-in hybrid. Conclusion. The Bigster marks the beginning of a new era for Dacia. Some 12 years since it introduced its first SUV, the Romanian brand is venturing into new territory with a bigger hauler. Granted, the Bigster isn't a full-fledged midsize SUV, but it's notably larger than a traditional compact. It's big enough to target segment classics like the Ford Edge, Toyota RAV4, and Honda CR-V, and the production model will probably be notably more affordable than all of them. Dacia will probably use the Duster recipe to make the Bigster, or whatever it will be called, a big hit in Europe. It will have competitive roominess and capability, but it will be devoid of fancy features across the lineup to keep the sticker as low as possible. However, Dacia will offer a more expensive and better equipped version for customers willing to spend as much as on a Ford or Toyota for similar features. This strategy has worked extremely well for other Dacia models. Both the Sandero and Duster have been among the best-selling nameplates in many European countries for years now, and it will probably deliver similar results for the upcoming Bigster. Love its simple but cool, more space than in the Duster-capable drivetrains, affordable. Leave it still a concept vehicle, production model will look cheaper.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.